Manchester United vs Chelsea April 12, 2011 Epic Preview. Carlo Ancelotti has spent many a European press conference this season denying that Chelsea are obsessed with winning the Champions League. But should he fail to mastermind the Blues' passage to the semi-finals, he will surely discover the true extent of Roman Abramovich's fixation and could very well feel the sharp edge of the Russian's axe, less than 12 months after delivering a Premier League and FA Cup double. The Champions League is the only major trophy to have eluded Abramovich since he began ploughing his billions into the club 8 years ago, and Ancelotti, who won the trophy twice with AC Milan, was hired specifically for his continental pedigree. However, last week's 1-0 home defeat to Manchester United has left the Italian on the brink of the sack and the Blues on the verge of a fourth knockout defeat at the hands of an English club in 6 years. Semi-final exits to Liverpool in 2005 and 2007 were followed by Moscow heartbreak against United in 2008, and Sir Alex Ferguson's side now threaten Chelsea's European ambitions once more. In order to progress, the Blues must achieve something that only Ajax and Inter Milan have managed in Champions League history: overturn a first-leg home defeat. Both of those sides were in the same position as Chelsea, losing 1-0 in the first encounter, with Ajax beating Panathinaikos 3-0 to advance to the 1996 final and Inter beating Bayern Munich to reach this season's quarters. But the Blues have an uphill task as United have only lost 7 out of 81 home matches in the Champions League and are unbeaten at Old Trafford in all competitions this season. Ferguson has a near fully fit squad to choose from, and his side have now won 6 on the bounce after back-to-back defeats against Chelsea and Liverpool in early March. Wayne Rooney will be fresh from his enforced absence against Fulham, and United will be looking for him to produce the sort of all-action display that made him the most influential player on the park at Stamford Bridge last Wednesday. Ancelotti will likely turn to Fernando Torres once more as the 50 million striker aims to break his increasingly embarrassing 648-minute goal drought on the ground, where he made a fool of Nemanja Vidic in Liverpool's 4-1 victory in 2009. The reigning Premier League champions won 2-1 at Old Trafford on their way to last season's title, and Chelsea fans will be praying for a repeat scoreline, which would see the Blues advance on away goals. A draw United win would see the home side progress, while a 1-0 Chelsea victory would see extra time and potentially penalties, where John Terry's nerves, in particular, would be tested to the full. Manchester United player to watch: Edwin van der Sar. Criminally overlooked among the nominees for this season's PFA Player of the Year award, Van der Sar continues to produce performances younger goalkeepers could only dream of. He was on form in the first leg at Stamford Bridge, and more of the same will be required if United are to preserve their advantage back at Old Trafford. Chelsea player to watch: Michael Essien. If Chelsea are going to have any hope of getting back into this tie, then the driving force of Essien in the centre of the park will be required. It is in midfield where perhaps United will be most vulnerable, even if Michael Carrick has looked closer to his best in recent weeks. Essien can both win the ball and bring the ball, and, if he has an off day, so will the Blues. Key battle: Nemanja Vidic v Fernando Torres. It's far from certain that Fernando Torres will start against United as his goal drought goes on, but he seems certain to show his face at some point. And that will be something Vidic fears, given his record of red cards and goals against when Torres was in the red of Liverpool. Torres may not be the force he once was, but is Vidic's nemesis, and a titanic battle between the two could ensue.